get insight, stories, and solutions to protect our planet. Tune in, take action, and let's secure our future. Climate Care. Think climate, take action, and protect our future.
Hello, good morning, and welcome to the show Climate Care. Today is the 12th day of June. I want to say Happy Democracy Day to all our valid listeners on Climate Care. Last week we had the International Day, the World Environmental Day, I beg your pardon, and with the theme Inspired by Nature for Climate for Our Future. I am your host, Iwoma Susan Kelechi, and this theme reminds us that nature is one of our strongest allies in addressing climate change, from forests to wetlands to clean water systems and healthy ecosystems. Today, I want to talk about this with a professional, a specialist. Yes, we have an amazing professional on the show. Sorry, we don't have Shekere. I'm supposed to ring the bell for you. But today we want to explore how nature can help us build a more sustainable future and why climate action must be inclusive if we are to include everyone, especially marginalized groups. So joining us today is Dr. Nancy Simba Tehimba from Youth Climate Foundation. She is the executive director. You are welcome, Doctor.
Thank you so much, Suzanne. I was just smiling to myself when you were calling my names. That's so amazing. Yeah, thank you.
I hope I didn't make mistakes.
Oh, okay. You did? Okay, so I will reintroduce myself. I'm Dr. Nancy Simba Tehimba, and I'm the executive director of Euphrates Climate Foundation. Thank you.
Awesome. Thank you. You are most welcome, Dr. Nancy. We are glad to have you join the conversation this morning. If you are just tuning in, this is the show. This is Climate Care on Women Radio WFM 91.7. Do well to call the phone line 0700 0917 or 09155 917 917. You can also drop a message on our WhatsApp line. 080 watch us on all our social media platforms. We're live on YouTube at WFM 917. So now we would like to kick off this conversation immediately. And like I said earlier, the theme for the year is the theme for this year's World Environment Day is Inspired by Nature for Climate for Our Future. But today I want to look at nature solutions, we're looking at nature mean, and why is it important for the Nigerian communities? Thank you.
Okay, thank you so much, Susan, for that question. Okay, I would like to say that it means the theme for this year means that we should look at the natural systems and ecosystems that support the human life. We should not be focused on the engineered technologies that are being that have come up or that are being suggested. This theme of this year is a call or is an awareness creation for us all to come back to nature, to look at the way nature heals itself. Because if you look at from the creation of the world, how nature has been created to heal itself from all the effects of climate change. This theme this year is what it's a wake-up call to us all to look inward and see how we can look at these natural ways of curing the environment, of healing our natural ecosystem, rather than looking at the engineered technologies that are all over the world. Thank you. And it is important for the Nigerian society because when you look at the statistics of climate change and its effect in Nigeria.
Thank you so much.
All right, Nigeria is affected seriously. And so this theme also is a wake-up call to the Nigerian government, civil societies, and individuals and families to wake up to the effects of climate change. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Dr. And you just took that out of my mouth, the statistics, the data is showing, and that is why we have this show, just to amplify the voices of our people, the communities, and what have you. Now that we know that the statistics are high, when we talk about climate change now, I want to find naturally based solutions, because we don't want to just highlight the challenges or talk about them. We also want to profile solutions, especially as regards some of these people and how it affects them. Thank you.
Okay, thank you so much, Susan. Okay, so the natural ways are simple. And this morning I was thinking to myself that maybe it's as a result of the simplicity of nature and how it provides us with the solution that we oftentimes neglect it. Okay, so the simple ways that we can take care of our environment and care for the communities are by planting trees, saving energy, reducing waste, preserving our natural ecosystems, like deforestation that has affected us. We can now go into afforestation. We can also look at ways of conserving water, simple ways of seeing how we conserve water and then get to use the water throughout the year. And then there are also ways that you can recycle this water that has been used, wastewater, recycle them. There are ways you can recycle them, and then the water is being used again for various reasons. So these are the simple ways we can everybody can put their hands together to curb the effects of climate change. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Doctor. One of the episodes on climate care, we talked about water. In fact, some weeks back, we just talked about flooding and what have you. And it is very interesting how we can, conserve, reduce deforestation, because everywhere is seriously hot. Even as it's raining, we still experience a lot of heat, even with the rain. And so it's important that our communities learn how to recycle water, because we need it. We also need a lot of hydration this period. And beyond all of that, we also are looking at ways to ensure that we dispose our waste effectively, so that we do not dump them and begin to generate refuse that would block our sewage pathways. Of course, these are some of the things that cause flooding and what have you. And so that will lead me to my next question. We have seen organizations like yours, try to amplify some of these things to ensure that we have climate resilience and environmental sustainability, which is very important. But I want to quickly ask, how can governments and civil society organizations like yours, ensure that this marginalized group, we are focusing on women, children, young people, and the elderly, as it were. All of these people are part of the marginalized groups. How do we ensure that they are actively part of any action and decision making? Because what we find out is that most decisions are made by the men. And so they just do and take all the decisions. They are not even at the home front. So we want to find out from you, how can they actively get involved in climate action and decision making?
Okay, thank you so much, Susan. All right, so you know that inclusion matters. Inclusivity, yes, that matters. And with policies that are already on ground, and for the ones that will subsequently be passed into the law, it is important that all of these are inclusive of women, of the marginalized groups, of persons with disability, and all of that. So if they are included in the policy, that is at the level of the government, if they are included in the policies and given an opportunity, meaningful opportunity of participation and of their voices being heard in all that is being done in our country in regards to climate change and all its effects, I believe there will be so much difference that will be made as a result of this. So at the level of the organization, like our organization, Euphrates Climate Foundation, we are in partnership with Global Affairs Canada and Action Aid to bring about leadership, awareness creation in leadership and participation of women and the vulnerable group, people with disability. We bring them in, we train them, and we make them know that they have a voice. A lot of people do not know or do not understand that I can also participate. So we are letting them know that you have a voice and you can say something no matter who you are. So we are training them in these areas, and we are letting them know that with the voices they have, with the participation they can do, they say there's unity in strength. And so because of that, we believe that everybody has a part to play in this. So we are executing that project, and we believe that by the end of this project, we will have a kind of a change or a shift from the norm that is already on ground. Thank you.
Thank you so much. Aptly put. If you are just joining in, you are still tuned in to Women Radio WFM 91.7, and the time is 13 minutes before 12 noon. Happy Democracy Day once more. And today I have a special guest, Dr. Nancy from Euphrates Climate Foundation. She's doing justice to the theme of the World Environmental Day with the theme climate, but with the theme climate for nature. Now, I want to, if you are just joining, you've not missed so much because, of course, you can always join us online. You can call us on phone. You can drop a WhatsApp message for us. But it's important that, just like she has said, those who do not have voices are an issue. Those who most times are left at the sidelines are brought to bear. And this takes me to my other question, which is, when we talk about communities, we are looking at families, the nucleus of the society. So what are actions? Because on ClimateCare, we profile practical solutions around climate care, climate change, climate justice, and what have you. So what are simple actions that, families, individuals can begin to do to contribute to environmental protection and climate resilience? Because, I mean, we don't just want to people to feel, oh, maybe it's the government that is coming to do it. It is this NGO that is coming to do it. We want practical solutions that individuals, communities can and should begin to do as we go into the rainy season and the change of climate, as it were.
All right, thank you. Okay, so the simple ways that every individual can indulge in to bring about a reduction in the effect of climate change, like I said before, one of the ways is tree planting and caring for the natural environment around us. So you plant trees, you take care of them, you have your flowers at home, you take care of them. You plant other kinds of trees that can absorb the carbon monoxide, the carbon dioxide that are being expelled. So that will reduce the level of carbon in the air around our environment and our houses. Okay, so we can also reduce simple ways to go about this is also to protect our wetlands, protect our forests, and the biodiversity that, yes, that we have. And another way that we can also do this will be to make sure that our drainages and our waterways are free of waste, so that we can reduce reduce flooding around our communities, around our homes. Another way that we can also do this will be to reduce the waste around us. In Nigeria, we have a lot of plastics, and plastics are causing a lot of dangerous, harmful diseases and all of that in our systems, and even the air, in the air we breathe, it is contaminated with a lot of plastics. So we will encourage people to reduce the rate at which they use plastics around them. You can use, like, if you want to shop, you can have your shopping bag. Each time you are going to shop, you use your shopping bag instead of having to bring home every time the polythenes, and then you will just stack them at home. So these are the simple ways that families and individuals can indulge in order to reduce the effects of climate change. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Doctor. Thank you so much for reeling out all of that. Tree planting, we have said it over and over on climate care. It cannot be overemphasized, ensuring that we do not dump plastics in this era of bottled water, sachet water, what have you, different drinks in different wind, blow them into the sewage pathways, thereby causing flooding and other harms. What are the things you are putting in place as a person? Are you ensuring that our wetlands are protected? Are you recycling your old jeans, planting, doing little things? You don't have to have a farmland. Most of us do not live in our own houses. But what are the little things? Because, I mean, this year's theme is a call to action. You know, it is focused on being inspired by nature for climate solutions. And so, if there is one thing we would be closing with, it will be that climate action is not only about protecting the environment. If you listen to Doctor, and if you are just joining, please do well to go back and watch today's episode. Climate action is not only about protecting the environment, it is also about protecting our people. Because why do we need to protect our people, you might ask? A sustainable future is only possible when climate solutions are inclusive, you know, and it is not just inclusive, we are looking at accessible and responsive, because you listen to Doctor, she talked about the policies and what have you. So this, when it is responsive, it means that everyone is included, especially those who are most affected by climate change. So as we conclude the show, I would like to say that today's edition of Climate Care, we are reminded that nature offers powerful solutions, you can agree with me, to many of the climate challenges we face every day of our lives. But more importantly, building a climate resilient future requires more than just protecting the environment. It requires ensuring that every voice is heard and that nobody is left behind in our community. And so your final words, Doctor.
Okay, thank you so much.
Before
Be able to, that we were able to do something. We didn't just sit back and allow it to overwhelm us. Thank you so much. Okay, hello. She's muted. She's muted. She's busy talking. She didn't know she was muted.